Because if you want to pick a melee stunner, there's this thing called Sven. Like, as much as I don't like Sven on a support, he has a ranged Stormbolt that's fucking AoE, right? And deals damage. And this guy has a melee stun that doesn't. Alright, Lina's gonna find. Lina, give me LSA. No, they can focus on the storm. There's a Hex. There's the LSA. Not the best chain stun, but DK's gonna walk in. He's gonna get the stun off. Oh my god, DK! Wow, that was the most anticlimactic thing because it was just a DK stun hitting. That was probably the first DK stun hitting. And now we're gonna see a lot of salve, a lot of clarities. No problem, man. Whew, I think I just pulled a Toby over there, like seeing something like completely. Well, shout out to Toby. I really respect him as a commentator, but Toby is so hyper. Like I tried to be Toby once and I can't because he's a lot more hyper than I am. But I just pulled off a Toby there, man. That was Toby-esque, I have to say. Meanwhile, Morphling at the bot lane, dueling off 13-5 against the Morphling. Morphling without escape mechanism. Does he have Morph need to be using it? He's out of mana, but no chasing from the Rubian Fever because he's out of mana as well. A little bit fearful of his own life. Morphling is going to get salved up. No salves. He's got 7 charge on the magic wand. I suppose that's enough. He's going to jack some last hits. It's like, oh man, no last hit myself. Jack Visage, MP. There's 1, there's 90, there's 28 gold. Good job, alright. Plus 100 income in 1 second. 820 doing not a bad job keeping the Morphling back, although he's still somewhat unfarmed. 25-7 on the Morphling compared to a 13-5 Weaver. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Invis Lina. Man, I've seen so many 2 Invis runes and like 3 dust usage. A lot of Invis stuff. Unless the LSA is gonna hit very aggressive. Storm is level 6, but so is the Lion, and someone just got fingers ever so gently. That was not a gentle finger. That finger definitely hurt. Clock. Oh! Joked. Jacked. Now, DK has Dragon Blood, still level 1, so I guess he's skill Fire's Breath. Finally. Man, this DK. Alright. Although, the difference between a level 16 DK and the level 16 Sven, if they both have no item, is that the DK is going to be a lot more effective, will draw a lot more fire, and you will have to fire that DK because he's going to slow your entire team down. So that is the difference, I suppose. So I guess a support that's more useful as the game progresses, which is totally illogical because you generally want supports to be very effective in the early game. You want your supports to be item independent. But alright, whatever. We see something new every day. I cannot say it's the smartest thing we have seen so far. DK picks up boost of speed, and that is probably like, oh my god, right? He's gonna run in faster. If he goes phase boots so he could run in Dragon Tail, I would just lose it, right? I would just lose it. It'll be like the most inva strat ever. Lina is level 4. Lion is coming in. Lion does not have Finger Death. Finger Death at level 6. Level 1 Finger Death takes so much time. But they do have Hex. And I will say if they do, if they do chain stun properly, they can kill the Storm. Storm does have a haste rune, although the haste rune does not matter all. Oh no, here comes LSA, he zaps. Oh, there's a Hex. Can they chain stun properly? That is not the correct chain stun. Storm is gonna zip out. No, Storm! Now the mana, there goes the line though, but killing the Storm is totally worth it because they got the tie as well. Here comes a level 6 Shansheng with the Visage, and Bird gets dropped down because he got no micro. He's Chinese. I thought you could micro, but apparently Chinese can't micro either. No one can micro anymore, and looks like the Windrunner's gonna go for a shackle shot through the trees. Do it! No, he's gonna miss. Meanwhile, on the bot lane here, Windrunner being a lot. No, might be one there. The Morphling very aggressive. Morphling has a dust, man. He was looking for a kill. Weaver very low HP, casts a swarm. That means, hey, Morphling, have 30 gold on me. And Morphling says, no problem. I have 30 gold on you. And maybe 60 gold because I killed my creep. Maybe no. Okay, I was gonna say 90 gold. No problem. Morphling does not have mana for. Oh, never mind. I thought he does not have mana for waveform, but he's like, lol, I do because I have magic wand. So 820 just lost his life for no reason. Meanwhile, we have a melee stun on the top lane with the DK. Here comes the line. He does have Finger Death, and here we go. Fire Breath Steel. Where you at? DK's at level 6, by the way. Just want to point out that means he can get his push on. He does have boots of speed. He should go for Soul Ring. This would not be a bad Soul Ring item. Bad Soul Ring hero is what I meant. Let me see a Dragon Form. No, he has no mana, so can't Dragon Form at all. Tower is going to take a lot of damage before these creep come up. Visage gonna get a lot of EXP though. Life Visage already level 6, and here comes a dragon form. Wow, doing so corrosive damage. Where you at? Corrosive damage. Let's see if Samsung can pull out his birds. There's a single TP. They are going to get the tower. Oh, yes. Tower is going to be picked up. Clock is going to get a hook. Are they going to get a hook? Go for the DK. Go for the DK. Why do you not go for the DK? I don't know. I don't know. Because they already don't have any mana. They already don't have ultimate. All you have is to deal with is a Hex and Impale. There's no Finger of Death. So I got to say that was not the best move. Meanwhile, Morphling doing the Morphling thing, which is make illusion, TP back, fill up in a bottle, TP back, and farm more. Do that for 20 more minutes. And he just did that. Morphling has gone for the bottle first, and most likely we are gonna see an Eye of Scotty build. That is Burning's thing. No, Zoe's thing. What did Burning do? Did Burning do BKB first? I think Burning did do BKB first. I kind of get confused after a while. Burning, Zoe, you know, they all farm. Unfortunately for the Scourge team, I don't know what they could do against this Morphling, right? They need to have a line to... Oh, Morphling very aggressive, but he's fine because... Yo, though, switch your treads. There we go. Because when you switch your treads, you heal a little bit more with the bottle. And also, because Ring of Poseidon give you a constant regeneration, the less mana pool you have, the more you heal. Oh, that's some Confucius math going on. Meanwhile, the mid lane Windrunner gets ganked. Is she going to be fine? Soul Assumption, an infinite cast range. Although that one did no damage, because probably the Soul Assumption did not have any souls in it. You kind of need Soul Assumption for... You kind of need souls for Soul Assumptions, right? Meanwhile, on the top lane, who's going to be farming? Weaver? No, that's going to be DK. Alright, so DK roam into farm. Epic strat from 820. Just all I have to say. Epic roaming DK into farm. Alright. That's all I'm saying. I suppose it makes sense. If they wanted DK to get level 16, right? Yeah, just give him farm. Give him EXP, I suppose. Alright, he's going to go for Treads next. And then... This strat is so mind-boggling. I do not advise you to try this. Sometimes when I see something pretty cool, I'm like, hey guys, you know, try it at home. You know, it's gonna be a fun strat. I say if you try this at home, you're gonna just hate 820 because I don't think this strat would ever work out. I'm not too sure if it'll work in this game. We'll see though. Meanwhile, the mid lane here, X. No, not X. Where's X? Is X not farming? Farm for your Blink Dagger, yo. He's gone for Treads first, which is the standard X build. A lot of line I see, you know, they go for Blink Dagger first and then go back to finish Treads. But I think this build is a little bit better. It gives you it teaches you to be not so over reliant on your Blink Dagger. And also, even if you get your Blink Dagger, if you don't have enough mana to cast all your spells, right, it's not going to be that useful. So I like the Treads first. It gives you a little bit more stats and it forces you to gank a little bit more because you can't really farm all game, right? So there's going to be a little bit nice counter warding. Let's check out farm on the DK. Got 22, got the Power Trust finish. Meanwhile, the Weavers got 34. Scourge farm is just abysmal. Like, abysmal. Storm farms got 29. The Morphlings got 60. 60 and 13. That's not too bad. Right on track. About 15. Not 15. About 5 a minute. If you get 15 a minute, holy fuck. ZSMJ did not get... No, I don't think anyone got 15 a minute. That's insane. Is that even possible? That is not possible. Because there's only like 8, 10 cube kills a minute. I suppose it's possible in very late game. If you could TP around like crazy. A Rocket Scout from the Clockwork is going to see 3 supports up the cliff. I believe it flew through. But here we go. Lion comes around. Unfortunately, unable to get a Hex off. Meanwhile, a lot of teleportation going in the mid lane. We do have a Clock. Ty is level 7. So we are going to see some crazy Ravages. Going to get everyone. Meanwhile, the birds are here. I got to say the supports of the Sentinel team is somewhat farm. Here comes a DK as well. DK... Well, Windrunner, okay, I guess it's a cool strat. Like, you know what? We're going to have a Windrunner. Gonna allow Windrunner to farm up the Mecha and Phase Boots and then switch over. Hey, you know, because I mean, Windrunner at the end of the day is just a utility. You don't need a utility. Well, I suppose if you throw a Hex on any hero, they become a utility and become really, really good. But aside from a Mecha and Phase Boot, like, she's pretty much done. Like, she's done. A 4-staff wouldn't be bad, but aside from that, you're done. So I suppose, yeah, give the DK farm now. DK has a Rope of Magi. He's gonna go for Django of Endurance, which... Alright, that's good too. One thing I don't see DK being very successful in pro games, in Chinese game especially, because Chinese game, they are very patient teams. If they say, hey, I see DK form up, let's wait 30 minutes. I mean 30 seconds. They would wait 30 minutes too. But let's wait 30 seconds till DK form runs out. No problem. and then they wait, and then more waiting goes on. Scourge team was very afraid to walk in, which I suppose it makes sense. Even though you have a TIE Hunter you can walk in, you are very susceptible to massive amount of chain nukes and maybe even killing you before your Kraken even proc. Like if all the stuns are chained properly, not chained as in, you know, one after under, but all at the same time against the TIE, you will just die before you even use Kraken. And here we go, the tower is going to be forfeited by the Scourge team, unable to defend this. If you allow the TIE Hunter to get that kind of position on your tower, then it's going to be very, very hard in terms of defending, because he is going to walk in and kill your whole team, or stun your whole team. But that is going to give A20 a little bit of free farm room. He is breaking the 50 mark. He's close to 4. He's close to 4 a minute, but that's not going to cut it. 4 a minute, not going to cut it. Let's see how Zoe's farming. 72 creep kills, 72 creep kills, 5 minute, that's right on track. Meanwhile, D supports EHome's ganking lineup, unlike last game, is not that effective, mostly due to the Visage, mostly due to the Tide and the Storm Spirit. Those are all very good counter gankers. So is the Clock. They're all good counter gankers, so it's going to be very difficult for the Sentinel team to gank, and that's why they haven't been ganking. It's not like they suddenly decide, hey, we can't gank. We don't know how to gank. Last game definitely showcased that they do know how to gank, and a good strategic choice by the Scourge team. They know they cannot fight team fights right now, so gonna go for tower trades. You take my tower, I take yours. And it looks like the mid tower might be in trouble as well here, because here comes a DK. DK's like, low, I'm low 60k. I got dragon form. Let me hurt your tower a little bit. Tower trade goes off. Lone DD picks up one. Zoe picks up the other. That's kind of the big thing, as Zoe is the farmer here. DK still does not have the Django finish. Gonna go back. No, he does have to go for the Django. It's gonna pick up right now. Chinese love their Djangos. I suppose it's a very good item. But again, I would like to get it on supports, especially on in heroes that need the HP. But I suppose, hey, DK is a support, right? And he could benefit from the shrink, so makes sense. Makes perfect sense. And let's see if he's actually gonna leave his ult form at level 6. Or leave it at level 1. DK is one of those few heroes that you actually don't want to level up your ult, because I think the green dragon is a lot better than the fire dragon. The red one. The red one is gonna give you splash damage, but in terms of pushing, and that's gonna fit the metagame right now. In terms of pushing, the DK, the green dragon, a lot more useful in my opinion. Of course, when you do level up the dragon form, you get a little bit more, like 5 extra speed bonus. But I don't think that matters at all. We have a lot of teleportation going in, and it's gonna be a clock. No, it's gonna be the Visage. Where's the Clock? The Clock is trying to flank these guys. Can they get a flank off? Looks like we have a TP out from the line, and Weaver trying to get out. He is with Invis. They just got a sight of him. Do they have dust? So they do not have dust, and looks like Weaver might be in trouble. He's trying to TP out. There's gonna be a rocket. Battery is so. Oh. Very clutch TP from A20, very lucky TP from A20. It looks like Lina getting her farm on the mid lane, mostly for EXP right now. The supports of the Lina and the Windrunner and the line, very, very level dependent. But what the Scourge do have is that if, let's say the TIE walks in, like both Laguna Blade and Finger Death can just go on the Sentinel. There's nothing much the Sentinel can do aside from buying pipe. I don't think anyone's near a pipe though. Who is farming for one? I guess Necrolic is farming for one. I think Necrolic should totally ditch the mecha. If he's going for a mecha, should totally go for a pipe, because pipe's going to be very useful in terms of nullifying a lot of Laguna and Finger of Death's damage. Meanwhile, Stormstorm going the correct item, which is a BKB first. Ferrari did the other BKB last game and was trying to go for an Orchids. Unfortunately, unable to finish Orchids. But I think in this game, if he's following a similar build, BKB into Orchids, it's going to be very effective. Looks like this game is going to be dragging out a little bit longer. No one's being very aggressive. No team is having a huge advantage. It's a 3-6 in favor of Scourge, but I don't think Scourge is really ahead in a way that they could win the game. So that is going to give Storm Spirit a lot of time just for farm out the BKB. And once he does farm out the BKB, Line's going to be ineffective. Lina's going to be ineffective. And I suppose DK could do some damage and Windrunner could do some damage. I suppose, yeah, it will nullify a lot of nuke damage. And here is where the DK is a little bit better than a Sven. Because if against a BKB unit, Sven is pretty much useless. He could whack him a little bit, but it's not going to do any fatal damage. But a DK who's kind of getting the farm now, he's gonna hurt a little bit.